Here's the truth. I have God-given value even though I have fallen in the past and may stumble in the future. He has given me a new image. Too many times we look in the mirror and again, I'm going to tell you something. Here's what you do in the morning. Matter of fact, do it at night. Do it in the morning, do it at night, do it when you get in your car. I want you to practice something for me. Whenever you get in your car, adjust your rearview mirror. Whenever you get in the morning, look in the mirror. Whenever you get to bed at night, here's what I want you to do. I want you to look in the mirror and I want you to smile. Smile. And say this. When God made me, He was showing off. I'm not trying to teach you to be self-centered. I'm just trying to teach you to stop being so hard on yourself. Well, I look in the mirror and think, well, you know what? It'd be better if my beard was thicker over here. It'd be better if my hair weren't so white up here. Or it'd be better if my eyes were a different color, or weren't so far apart, or weren't so close together, or, you know, we always criticize. And I said, just look in the mirror, like the Fonz has got it. On happy days, he just goes, looks in the mirror and pulls his cane up and goes, and puts his cane back up. Look in the mirror in the morning and night, just practice it for a little while, not to be self-centered, just to try to get your mind off of being so hard on yourself. Just look at yourself and smile and say, when God made you, He was showing off. All right, y'all want to try that? Will you try it? Nobody's got to hear you say it. Okay, you ain't got to. It's not like you said, I don't want nobody to hear me say that. You ain't got to. Nobody got to hear it. Here we go. Remember, God doesn't do anything halfway. You say, well, how come doctor I had to go to the doctor to get healed one time. One time I got prayed for and got healed, and I had to go to the doctor next time. How come I'm still walking with a limp? How come I still don't have this and that? Blah, blah, blah. Hold on. Just because the limb is you're still limping, or just because you still take a blood pressure medicine, just because it still does not mean God did something halfway. God's got a plan for your life. And God never wastes your pain. Ever. Ever. And wherever you're hurt, wherever you got hurt at the worst, I can promise you, you're going to be able to minister to somebody else the best that's going through a similar situation. People don't want to hear if somebody's never been through anything, tell them anything. Hold on, I got some. I got a lifesaver. This is artificial flowers to dust bunny.
We need have artificial flowers up there. I was going to call you to have artificial.
Yeah, we did. I'm having an artificial cough from those artificial flowers. Actually, we already decided, me and Sister Jeanette, that it's from the dust bunnies. I'm allergic to dust bunnies. Oh, man. Okay. If God has not totally healed you, or if God hadn't totally changed something, and you're thinking, well, I should be up on this, that, remember this, He doesn't do anything halfway. So, number one, He could still be in the process of making it. Or He could be using you, changing you in the process of it not changing. Okay? So remember, He didn't do anything halfway. He knows what's going on. So, here it is. This right here, I want you to be able to say this to yourself. Be looking in the mirror. I don't want you to be legalistic. I'm totally, y'all say totally.
Totally.
I'm totally accepted by Christ. Wow. Totally accepted by Christ. Isn't that awesome? Totally accepted by Christ. There are certain people that honestly will not ever totally accept you unless you meet their criteria. Not only are they legalistic about themselves, they're legalistic about you. But guess what? Christ totally accepts me. He says, and here's what He says. He says, I want you to accept one another then just as Christ accepted you in order to bring the praise to God. Welcome and receive to your hearts one another, then, even as Christ has welcomed and received you for the glory of God. One translation says, Jesus did it, now you do it. Learn to accept people. They don't have to fit your mold. That's why we're called the body of Christ. Some of us are hands, some of us are feet, some of us are a nose, some of us are an ear. I dare to say that some of us are the mouth. No. So again, so here we go. I'm totally, y'all say it, totally accepted by Christ. You know, marriages would be a whole lot better if we could learn to, and listen carefully, unconditionally accept our mate. Didn't say accept him unconditionally. I know that sounds like I'm talking out both sides of the mouth. Unconditionally accept, meaning they don't have to be perfect for me to accept them. Now, if they're doing things that's dangerous to us, doing things that's dangerous to you, you don't accept that. I'm talking about unconditionally accept. Learn that none of us are perfect. Right? Number 2. Here's a good one. I'm totally blameless before Christ. Totally blameless before Christ. Now, let's just stop here for a minute. Let's camp out here. It says that he has reconciled, and this is awesome. He has reconciled you by Christ's physical body through death to present you holy in his sight, without blemish, and free from accusation. Yet now has Christ the Messiah reconciled you to God in the body of his flesh through death, in order to present you holy and faultless and irreproachable in his Father's presence. And then, of course, the message just ties the bow in this thing, in the ribbon. But now, by giving himself completely at the cross, actually dying for you, Christ brought you over to God's side and put your lives together whole and holy in his presence. Wow. You know, I just recently, I happened to overhear somebody. They were going through something. I was at the hospital, and you get to hear a whole lot of stuff at the hospital. Especially if you're sitting in Pitt Memorial Hospital in the emergency room, but there's people everywhere. And I was sitting there, and something had happened to them, and immediately, they said, God must be punishing me because of blank, 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 blank. And of course, I normally keep my mouth shut. And I said, excuse me? And they said, well, if I hadn't gone out and done this, then this wouldn't have happened to me. And all I could think of was, here's legalism to the max. And I said, oh, you got this thing all wrong. I said, you got it way wrong. Matter of fact, this might not be happening to you for you. This could be happening to you for somebody else to see how you react to it, so they would draw closer to God. By the time we got to talking about, oh, cool, that are all right with it. But at the time, it was really bad, because here they were blaming themselves. If I hadn't been so bad, then God would allow this to happen to me. We are blameless before God. Y'all say blameless.
Blameless.
Yeah, because I'm telling you what, it's like the guy said, whenever my wife gets mad at me, whenever I do something wrong, my wife gets historical. And then I said, don't you mean hysterical? She said, no, historical. She remembers everything I've done from the day we met each other.